Lafia, Mandala, Baby Fahoudie. It's your favorite warrior, Black Panther in the building. We're going to give people time to come in. Glad all y'all in the building today. People time to come in. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that glad all y'all in the building today on YouTube. So we up and running. Give y'all a little minute. All right. So, as y'all know, or as some of y'all know, I took a journey to Burkina Faso. I took that journey with the group ADDI, which is African Development for the Diaspora Institute. I was galvanized by the former UN ambassador Arikana Chimbore Kwao. So she put out the call to return to Burkina Faso, to return to the motherland, which started as citizenship but turned into permanent residency. I've done a whole video about that process that is on the channel, so you can go back and look at that. But currently, today I want to present some of the findings that I observed when I went to the National Museum of Burkina Faso. And that's just a tip for people traveling in Africa. When you come to Africa and you want to know about a country, and you may not have all the books or the resources or anything, but go to the National Museum. The National Museum is always it's always a great resource. It's always a great resource. The National Museums, they always have the information you're looking for. They have the history. They have the history, pre-colonial, post-colonial, and up until, modern day. So that is why I went to the National Museum, and I want to share with y'all some of those findings. Give me 1 second, because I'm getting an error. So I want to make sure that everything is up and running the way it should be. Okay, let me... make sure everything is up and running. Okay. All right, so let's get into it, man. Share my screen here. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So as you can see, I took a lot of pictures and everything, but we're going to start at the beginning. Let's see how it looks. Oh, man, it looks good. Okay, so this is the scene when you come into the National Museum. Of course, this is a French-speaking country, so you see the French spelling of museum, but this is their National Museum. You see the art, you see, all of the African art in the beginning. Definitely a welcome sight to see coming into a National Museum of people that are embracing their African culture. When you come into the building, this is what you see. Um, and this type of design here is common amongst the Bois people, which is an ethnic group in Burkina Faso. It's one of the seven kingdoms that make up the Mossi clan. So I was happy to see this, and I got a better picture of it here. The symbols and everything. It was almost like walking into Wakanda, so to speak. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time walking in. People were friendly. Uh, this was the fee to get in. 500. What they call CFA or CFA. Hold on. I wanna do the conversion real quick because I know some people are very sensitive to paying to get into certain African spaces, but 500 CFA is less than $1. I just want to put that out there. It's less than $1 because 564 of their dollars is $1 American. So before you freak out, I paid less than $1 to get into the National Museum. Some of the artwork inside of the National Museum. Um, as many of you know, the current president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, has been dubbed the reincarnation of the man to his left in this mural, Thomas Sankara. And some of it is very, I guess the word you could say was eerie because they have a very similar life, even down to the person who betrayed Thomas Sankara and was instrumental in his assassination, a man that they call Blaze, was still the president when Captain Ibrahim Traore organized the coup to take him down. So I've said it on some of my social media platforms. You know, sometimes spirit returns to claims what's his, and that is the sentiment amongst the Burkina Faso people that Captain Ibrahim Traore is Thomas Sankara reincarnated. So you know, African people and their symbolization with animals, and this is one of the symbols that is there. It's an elephant, uh, you know, going into water and being recognized as a powerful figure. Uh, you'll see different animals throughout this presentation, but this was just one of the ones I felt that I should capture, being that the elephant is a symbol of power in many African traditions and cultures. So before I get to that, I want to show you this is a guest book. So they have a guest book when you come in that they encourage everybody to sign. They encourage everybody to uh, put their imprint. I put this in there on behalf of the Mossi Warrior Clan, thanking Thomas Sankara for his sacrifice. I'm a big fan of Thomas Sankara. I'm a big fan of his conviction. I'm a big fan of his courage. So I wanted that to be in the guest book and imprinted in there forever. This is Thomas Sankara's family. This is his wife, his children. I felt like they did a great job of humanizing, not that he isn't a human already, but they did a great job of humanizing Thomas Sankara and showing his background in this museum. This is young Thomas Sankara in a city called Bobo Digasu, which I want to visit, but it's 6 hours from the capital, which is Ouagadougou. So I'm going to have to go the next time that I go. This is Thomas Sankara when he is a young man in the military in Madagascar. And you see Thomas Sankara throughout the years moving up the ranks in the military. I didn't know this until this museum visit, but Thomas Sankara played the guitar. and they actually have the guitar in the museum. This is Thomas Sankara and his more immediate family, his wife and his children. And this is more information about Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara participating in traditional rituals. He was definitely a man of the people. But I compiled a more comprehensive video of this. So I'm going to let this video play of Thomas Sankara so you guys can get a more feel for what this man, what he did and what he was able to accomplish. If I can get the video to actually play. I think this is in the way. I think that's the problem. Okay. Okay, we're trying to get this video to actually play. This is usually not an issue, but okay, let's cancel that. There we go.
Thomas Sankara. Family. Mm-hmm. Little boy.
Yes.
Our French is very, very bad, so I am communicating with the curator, but bear with me.
Okay. He's in school.
Military formation.
He's on the military.
It's playing some choppy.
Sure.
Now Madagascar.
He was in Madagascar.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Sankara. Thomas Sankara, Blaise Compaoré.
One that turned on him.
Yes.
Wow, right there, right next to you.
So what we're pointing out is this man right here, to Thomas Sankara's right, is the former president of Burkina Faso, the one that turned on him to become president. He conspired and was instrumental in the death of Thomas Sankara, and they were actually friends. They were actually comrades. But he turned on him, and you know the old saying: it's always the ones closest to you that turn on you. Unfortunately, in this instance, that holds true.
Family. Mariam, Philippe, Auguste.
Mariam Philip.
Passion, music, sport.
You play guitar?
Yes.
Oh.
La politique, Thomas Sankara.
Study. Engaged in politics. Again, man of trade.
Voilà.
Right there next to him. Wow.
Dignité, integrity. Combat, Thomas Sankara. Autosuffisance alimentaire.
Okay. Hey, it was fly.
Education, culture.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Hospitality.
Hospitality. Okay. Ah, fella.
Fela, oui.
Fela Kuti. Dang, I didn't know you knew him.
Yeah, Thomas Sankara was mingling with the godfather of Afrobeat, which is crazy, right? Like, I didn't know they knew each other until I took this museum tour.
That's crazy. Oh, he was in the community. He was in the community. Man of the people. He brought women into the army. Thomas Sankara, big. Love women. Women.
And that's big to mention. Do I have the book? I might have put it up somewhere. No, I have it right here. So Thomas Sankara was big on women participation in the struggle in Burkina Faso. Reason being is because at the time of Thomas Sankara's presidency and his time as a prime minister, women were 51% of Burkina Faso's population. So this book right here is a compilation of his speeches. It's called Women's Liberation and the African Freedom Struggle. And he's giving us two speeches to the women population of Burkina Faso, galvanizing them to not sit back at home and just be mothers, but galvanizing them to join the fight. I don't know if y'all can see this, but these are women in the actual armed forces. And that is the date on that is August 1985, the year after I was born. So he has always been a proponent of African women joining the fight and being a champion of African women.
Jerry Rollins. Okay.
If you don't know who Jerry Rollins is, he's a former president of Ghana.
Mm-hmm. Senegalese president right there.
Senegal president.
Justice, environment. This man wasn't no game. Brigade. That was his brigade. Okay. Look at the influence this man had. One man. He had all this influence on his country. Pan-Africanism.
Uh-oh, they ain't gonna like that. Yes, sir. Pan-Africanism is championed in Burkina Faso. So you can take a screenshot of this. We're talking about Harlem, 1986. Thomas Sankara went there. So Pan-Africanism was alive and well in Burkina Faso, and Thomas Sankara was a proponent of Pan-Africanism.
Yeah. Ooh, them boys ain't gonna like that one. Oh. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Not version journalist.
Journalist.
Yakuba Sawa, cultural.
Okay. Look them brothers up. Look at this. Sister parachuting in. It don't happen without Thomas Sankara. They got drums. None of this happens without Thomas Sankara. This brother look like he in trouble. He's revolutionary too. Okay. Unfortunately.
That was Thomas Sankara's one of his final resting places. He's since been moved. I'm going to do another presentation on his memorial, but that was his death certificate to the left. And unfortunately, he met his demise.
Oh, that boy, they got his guitar. And his gun. What's this letter? Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Une lettre qui envoyée à Thomas Sankara dit qu'on veut le tuer.
The letter of his death.
So that was the Thomas Sankara portion of the National Museum. Really great stuff, man. I want to show y'all this as well. This is a lion. You will see lions throughout Burkina Faso. The lion represents courage, intelligence, and strength. The Mogo Naba, or the traditional kings of Burkina Faso, are the lions. They are basically, the lion is their totem, along with the horse. The horse is a totem for them as well, because they use the horses in war. So you'll just see random lion statues in different places in Burkina Faso. And I thought that was so critical, especially for me, being that my last name in sericulture and Senegambia is linked to lions. So I had to get a shot of that. So this is the breakdown of the different ethnic groups in pre-colonial Burkina Faso. So you see the Mossi has the majority of the territory. This is why they had the empire. You had the Bobo, you had the Bisa. What the Bisa are the same as the Bois. You had the Sinofo, you had the Lobi, you had all these different ethnic groups, and this is how they traditionally, their traditional lines of demarcation pre-colonialism. So this place shows the traditional way that they lived in Burkina Faso. And the brother that was a curator took me inside, and we looked at some traditional ways that they lived in Burkina Faso pre-colonialism. So these is some of the pictures of how they used to live and the structures that they built. So this ethnic group is from the Marca people. No, this is just how some of them looked. They used to store like the millet, the cereal type things in these large structures here. But y'all know, as always, I have a video, and they're going to take you through all of this information.
Father room. Voilà, celui qui est.
Play a little smoother.
Father room. Voilà, celui qui est.
That's where Pops used to sleep.
Protective.
Oh.
Spears are flying. Spears are flying. Y'all see it.
Shovel.
Yes. The light.
Lamp.
Lamp. Mossi. Mossi, father room, mother room.
Y'all see it. Y'all see it. We
Big community. Burkina Faso.
Oui.
Speak Mori.
Oui.
Mother room.
It was hard getting them to open.
Oh.
Bust my ass.
Basket. Marriage.
Marriage.
Yeah, basket. Koto. Pure cotton.
Cotton.
Water.
Who ever thought that Mossi people picked cotton? So to think about when we got to the New World, cotton was not unfamiliar with us. There were different African ethnic groups that had, you know, experience picking cotton. That's crazy. Never knew that.
Cook.
Cooking pots.
Okay.
Sleep here.
Bed. Lamp.
Bed lamp.
Apparently, mostly people weren't that tall.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Last foreign.
Ah. Grind. Ah.
So grinding stones like that are still used in West Africa. You use grinding stones for a variety of reasons. You know, you could be using it to cook stuff, or you can use it to make medicine as well. So we can see the influence or the importance of that in their culture because it's right outside of their house. You also see that mortar and pedestal. So that could be used for the same thing. It could be used for cooking, could be used for making medicine, all types of things like that.
Dagara.
Dagara. Lobi Dagara.
Ah.
So these are the Dagara people and how they live. So you got to think of Malidoma Some. This is his traditional group of people.
This Baba Tengong's people. Word to a saw.
Yep. Baba
Mother,
Tangong as
father,
well.
children.
Okay.
Sacrifice. Ritual.
Ritual. Ah.
Now y'all know I was gonna find the juju. Y'all know I was gonna find the juju. Like, come on, man. So this is where they did their traditional spiritual sacrifices inside the home.
Protection.
Oh, they got the charms on the wall. So when you think about the book of Water and the Spirit by Malidoma Some and the things he described, these are some of the things he described in the book. This bow, for anybody that's read that book, you know about the upside down arrow. I believe that is what this is supposed to be.
Oh, yes, yes.
Là, sleep here.
Oui. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Panier. Et céréales.
Cereal, millet.
Milk.
Ah, millet. Ah.
Lampe. Et
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
panier.
C'est.
Voilà. Et tu gardes panier.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Protection. Enemy.
Go up. Ah, okay.
So the Dagger wasn't about that fisticuffs. They getting up out of there. They didn't made an escape route in their house. I think that's kind of dope.
Water.
Water, baby.
Et pizza.
Pizza.
These are the Bisa / Bois.
Pizza.
See them grinding stones. They're very important. Fortunately, we couldn't go in the B-side hut. I don't know if they were doing renovations,
Bobo.
but we couldn't go
Bobo.
in. These are the Bobo
Nada.
people.
Nada.
Oh. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Protection to village.
Ah.
Y'all know I was gonna find the juju, man. Y'all knew. So the Bobo had, protections outside of their home, kind of like how we do with Osun Ifa or staff of Ifa, or even maybe an Eshu, because Eshus are supposed to be outside of the home. So you see how it's in the front of the home to stop spiritual attacks from entering the home.
Easy, baby. Yes, sir.
Voilà, ici. Papa passe ici.
Ah, ladder.
Voilà. Voilà, ici.
I ain't want to get on that ladder.
Oh, wow. I built these.
But man, them
It's tough.
stone steps was true.
Oh.
So that took some effort.
Wait. Water pie. Nobody bringing y'all this information like the Mossi, baby.
Gourmandche.
Manchi.
Shit.
Not familiar with this. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Et stock to ustensiles de cuisine.
Cuisine. Okay. Ah.
Samu.
Samu.
A lot of tribes.
Samu.
A lot of tribes. A lot of ethnic groups.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Et stock for rice.
Ah.
La mie.
Mm.
Grenier.
A lot of rice.
Et bien to cereal.
Wow. Marriage?
No stock to
To scoop.
cook.
Ah.
Voilà, lava, sleep here.
Okay. All right. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Couscous.
Couscous.
Ouais.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, I fucks with the couscous. You ain't never had
Fire?
one.
Big fire.
Get you some.
Cook.
Cook. Oui.
Nomad room.
Nomad. So people that's
Fulani,
coming and going. Fulani.
Tuareg.
Tuareg.
Alamor, Sorai.
Ah.
So that's an interesting concept, right? Africans so hospitable. You can't stay with us, but we got somewhere for you to stay. So this is the nomad hut. You just passing
People
through.
passing through. They had a place for you.
Father, children.
All in there. Huge. Nomad. Oh, wow.
Stock for milk. Gurunsi.
Gurunsi.
Now the way they decorate their particular structures reminded me of the way that the Nubians decorate theirs in Aswan and in present-day Sudan. So this was very interesting to see. And it's not just paint; it's like ingrained into
paint
the
their
wall.
houses like Nubians.
Beautiful house.
Wow.
Watch when I go inside.
Natural.
Look at it.
Man, this don't look like Mother Nature. That's
It's
crazy.
in the stone.
Arrow.
Yeah.
Another bow, another arrow.
Ritualistic. Is this the upside down arrow?
Yeah.
That's from Maladomas. Wow. Ooh. I may have found the upside down arrow, yo. Father. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Water.
You see a common thing, how they structure it.
Mossi, baby.
So, given that Mossi was the empire, everyone kind of followed that structure. You know, you could see it in their, everybody having the big structures for the millet, everybody having, the father's room, which of course, if he had a wife, she would accompany him in that structure. Um, it was similar, but still different enough to where every ethnic group had their individuality. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I had to add this. This is the traditional beer area. If it will play. Try this and go back. I want y'all to see traditional beer. There's a lot of controversy, with people and beer, or not specifically beer, but alcohol, and them saying, because we use all types of alcohol in our spiritual affairs, but people will criticize and say, you're using alcohol that's not made uh, traditionally, and which they're right. We are, but the alcohol is not an easy. It's not an easy process. Let's just say it that way. Um, so that's what it's doing. It's loading. Okay. It's not a long video, so I don't know why it's loading. Taking so long to load. But he's basically showing you like they're using those pots and they'll create the traditional beer. And, you see the chairs like in the background. They would just sit down and, and drink. So that's basically what this video is about. Maybe I'll get it to load at another time because it's giving me some problems. It's giving me some problems. What's up? What up, brother Sean? Always glad to have you in the building. Sister Lakala. Appreciate you joining us. What does that name mean? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah. Let me go to the other video I got for y'all, man. This is inside of the museum. So he took me to another part of the museum where the traditional culture was more prevalent. So, of course, Burkina Faso is a majority, Muslim country. But before Islam took effect, in terms of the trans-Saharan slave trade, they had their own culture. They still have their own culture. But, Islam has become the most dominant.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Tradition in English.
Ah. So I get that. English. I can pause that on the playback for sure. Get a picture though.
Yeah. Protection mask.
White people, if I'm not mistaken.
Traditionalist, musulman, and Christians.
Ah, so they started to synchronize.
Funeral mask.
Funeral masquerade.
Funeral mask. Initiation mask.
Initiation masquerade. This is Mossi stuff, y'all.
It's so crazy because I look at these pictures, and when we first started the Mossi, we would share these pictures of their culture. You know, we knew they were Mossi, but we really didn't know the extent and what they were actually for. And now I can see, you know, because of this tour, I can see what they actually are for, which is kind of dope.
This is where they get the masquerade and the initiation masquerade. That's tough.
Yeah. Agricole mask.
Waba.
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 Yeah. Protection.
Protection masquerade.
A lot of variety.
Mask.
Sacrifice.
Yes.
We.
So you can see that's like a shrine for their masquerades in which they offered sacrifices to that icon for certain masquerades.
Chicken.
Yes.
Dog. Chicken. Yeah.
Instrument, music.
Musician. Okay. Flute. That's a flute in his hand right there. Okay. That's some more of them right there. So they had their own flutes, yeah. Talking drum. Tambour drum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got that xylophone, y'all.
Tambour. Mossi speak Bengali.
Okay. It's a Mossi drummer. Okay.
Yeah, funeral.
Another funeral masquerade. It's tough.
The last funeral.
Funeral masquerade as well.
Protection mask to animal.
Ah. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Initiation mask. Camellia.
Oh, you don't get this one unless you get initiated. That thing is tough. Ooh, that's a whole gecko going down. I know that masquerade heavy. That's a chameleon, okay. Tough.
The protector to the mask.
Protector of the masses. He's the priest.
Yes.
Ah.
It's crazy because when we were at the King's Palace in Mogonaba, we saw this instrument on his left shoulder. They all had those. I think they're like, I know they have a spiritual significance, but I think they have a more practical means as well because they look like weapons. You get hit with one of those, them ribs is cracking. Tell you that right now. But yeah, this was a great exhibit.
Okay. You see what he got on him. I seen the royal guards at the king's palace with those. Okay. Oh, what we got going on over here?
Hyena, buffalo, monkey, elephant.
All different animals.
Zoom off.
Zoom off. Wow. Wait. Conclusion over here, y'all. Get that in focus for now. Yes, sir.
Exposition Thomas Sankara.
So yeah, y'all. I think I got pictures. The English, yeah. So this talks about being the mask being beyond visible. I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but it's talking about the spirituality behind the mask and the different ethnic groups that come together with their masquerades. And this is why there's so much diversity in their masquerades, because there's so many different ethnic groups. And this talks about the mask ritual and how it's always linked to the supernatural and the divine force. And these are some of the names. The spirit of the mask, wherever it exists, this is the Su among the Nuna, the Siku or Suku among the Moose, and the assimilated the Do or Duo among the Bobo and the Boaba, and so on and so forth. The mask is an object of worship that receives sacrifices. It is the oldest by the head part that is deposited in the house of the chief, the mask holders for these ultra sacred ceremonies. The primary reason the mask's existence within the society or the community is to help the people of the society flourish, for protection, to facilitate the needs of proprietary actions. So it's just a little bit about the mask in ritual. When it comes to initiation rites, it's talking about the process of being trained. And it says some community, these rites are performed in enclosure or the thicket for the eyes of the inhabitants close to the village. For others, they are performed within the village walls in the concession of the mask holders. So just depending on the ethnic group is where you would actually get initiated. It talks about the initiation is the comprehensive training given to young recruits. Masks are the common feature of every module taught. So their spirituality is centered behind or around these masks. It says in the village setting, incantations and sacrifices are performed on the sculptured heads of the mask to ask the spirits and the ancestors to ensure that the initiation goes smoothly. So it's like asking permission before you engage in initiation. And that's a common technique in African initiation rites. And once again, I had to take a picture with this lion. It's another lion. So think of it, since my last name means last name of the lion that roars, think of it as a lion petting a lion. So for the museum, I believe that is it as far as the presentation. Let's see if I can get this video to play for y'all. Got it.
That's where they make the traditional beer. Bang. Still get lit back in the day.
Let's go to Son of the Mask.
Okay.
So what caught me about that area is it kind of looks like an Mbongi. This is it from the outside looking in. And if you know anything about the Mbongi from Asari Motep's channel, and Mbongi is a place where the chiefs and the priests get together and make like core decisions about the society. It's built in a manner in which you can't stand up really fast, because when people get angry, they stand up, they get in that high intensity. So it's built in a way that you have to sit, you have to be cool. and that's where they, place the beers so they can have these conversations in good character. So I thought that was interesting as well. Let me stop sharing here. Let's see what the chat y'all talking about. Sister say, where can she get one of these AES hats? Sister, I got this in Burkina Faso from a local vendor. I'm sorry, we do not sell these in the same tree, different branch website. Maybe we should. Maybe we can find a vendor that can make it that can make these in this manner. And for those that don't know about the AES, the Sahel Alliance, it's a good segue. You know what? Let's bring that up so y'all can, so they can learn about the Sahel Alliance. Share my screen real quick. Okay, so if you don't know, the countries of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have formed a confederation, Alliance des États du Sahel. So basically, Sahel Alliance. And that's where they are right there. So that is the presidents that are making the headway in the news with Captain Ibrahim Traore, which is the president of Burkina Faso, Assimi Goita, which is the president of Mali, and Abdul Rahani Tishani, which is the president of Niger. So they form the Sahel Alliance. And they are dismantling colonialism and making Pan-African decisions for their countries. So you can look this up, and they're anti-French. They want the French out of their business. They're anti-ECOWAS. They want the ECOWAS out of their buildings, out of their business. They they are battling terrorism within their country amongst the Muslims that come and they want their countries for themselves. They are not complicit in the traditional loans that have been given out to put African people in economic servitude. So they are making a different way for West Africa. And that is why they are the AES. So he said they go try to convince us that you are Judah. Unfortunately for them, lions existed, and lion symbolism existed in Africa before Judaism or Hebrew Israelite influence. So unfortunately, they cannot convince me that I'm a child of Judah. You are correct, sis. The Sahel is making the way forward, and Captain Ibrahim Traore galvanized us that met with him to say that we are now ambassadors for Burkina Faso. So we'll do our best to represent them well. And the AES has my full support. I need to get the rest of the flags, but I did get my Burkina Faso flag while I was there. I need to hang it up, find a place next to my Pan-African flag, so that's going to be going up for sure. While I was in Burkina Faso, since we're on the subject of museum and artifacts, I bought these artifacts. They're supposed to be male and female. Now they told me that these artifacts are Mossi artifacts, but the more I look at them, don't they look more Nok to you? For the people that are familiar with Nok culture out of Nigeria, they look more Nok to me, but I'm still doing research. Nevertheless, I did bring these babies back home because I just couldn't not bring them back home. You know, they spoke to me, man. But yes, Burkina Faso. I will say this about Burkina Faso: the nicest Africans I've ever met in my life. Like no one mugged me. Everyone spoke to me. Everyone was very helpful. It was insane. And I don't speak French like that. You know, I know a couple of words to get by. You know, I'm using Google Translate. So don't think that it was because I was speaking Maori or speaking French or they could understand me in the clearest, most efficient form possible, because that's not the truth. But they are very, very proud and nice people. Um, and the museum was a great, great experience. Uh, of course, y'all know I got some more stuff to present to y'all on a later date, which will be the Thomas Sankara uh, Memorial, in which I'll show you guys around there. His monument, his final resting place, his car, his office, the place where he died, what he did when he was dying. I'm definitely going to bring that to you guys. Also, the crocodile village, where humans and crocodiles uh, coexist peacefully. And crocodiles don't eat the humans don't eat the crocodiles. And actually, I fed a crocodile while I was there. Um, there's a spiritual significance behind that as well. There's an 80-year-old crocodile in which they call the old man in the lake um, in that village, which I met, and he was chill. He even wanted to shake hands with me. So that's all I got for today, man. Want to give y'all back y'all Saturday. Thank y'all for pulling up. Like I said, first of a few different Burkina Faso presentations. I just got an update today from Ambassador Arikana Chimpori Kwao that they are planning a trip in April to go back to Burkina Faso. So they're going to be publishing the dates on the ADDI website. So if you want to go, get involved. They are definitely going back. I won't be able to go on that trip because I'm going to have to save a little bread for a trip in June in which I'm going to Nigeria. So won't be able to make that, but I don't plan on this being the last time I'm going to Burkina Faso. It's definitely opportunity there for sure. Um, so if y'all got any questions about the trip, I'll give the next 2-3 minutes for some questions before I get out of here. So go ahead, put them in the chat if y'all got questions, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Of course, I will send out notices. Please hit the bell so you'll be known, so you'll know when we do the presentations. It'll be posted on my Facebook page. It'll be posted on my Instagram page. It'll be posted on the Mossi Warrior Clan Instagram page. If you're not following, please follow us on Instagram, Mossi Warrior Clan. If you're not following us on Facebook, we have a Facebook page, Mossi Warrior Clan. So, you know, let me know when y'all begin to carry the AES merch. Sis want that AES merch. I have to talk with brother Kofi, man, to see if we can do that. I have to ask him. He runs our merch department, you know. So if there are no questions, I'll go ahead and wrap this up. As always, Lafia, Amandala, Habibi Fahudie, health, power, and African liberation. Thank you all for pulling up. Peace.